cotton, second being edible oils, and the third being fish. So these are the value chains that we have chosen to focus on and lead in, and these are discussions that we have had with the ambassador. Come next year, February, we have made an official invitation to ambassador to come back to Homabay probably for a longer time and join us for the Homabay Investment Conference, which will be from 6th to 8th of February. And we hope that she will have time to visit the Ruma National Park, the Rowan antelope and our buffaloes and giraffe there, to visit our islands, Fagano Island, and the beauty that is Homabay County, and to move forward our tourism. So because the sun is very, very hot, I would like to take this opportunity to give to our ambassador to make some remarks. Thank you.
Well, I'm delighted to be here this morning in Homabay County. Thank you, Governor Wanga, for inviting me. I'm going to call her Gladys because we've actually gotten to be quite good friends.
Yes.
So I am just delighted to be here, and thank you for your hospitality last night at the Governor's Pavilion, I guess it's called, or Governor's Park. And I'm looking forward to a great day to learn more about the dynamic economy here and the rich culture of this county. I had not been to Homabay. This is my first visit to Homabay, and I have to say I am so amazed and surprised and delighted to see the beauty of Homabay, the lake, the hills, the greenery, the agriculture. It is a spectacular county. And I said to the governor earlier today, I think this might be the best kept secret in Kenya. So maybe today that will be the end of the secret.
Yes.
But delighted to answer some of your questions. I know the governor and I will try to answer your questions as best we can. But let me again say thank you so much. I am just thrilled to be here and looking forward to a great day.
Thank you.
Your Excellencies, we'll now take questions from the members of the press, and we have the first question, Latano.
Good morning. My name is James Latano. I work for Citizen TV. My question goes to both the governor and the ambassador. Homabay County plays a host to close to 80% of Lake Victoria. This makes it better for fishing and farming. As the U.S. Embassy and the U.S. government, do you have a plan to engage Homabay County directly in investing in both agriculture and fishing? And to the governor, what would be the plans that you put in place that if yes, the government of America would do this, so that you'd meet the support from the United States of America's government?
Thank you for that question. I've been deeply impressed by the governor's focus on cotton, edible oils, and fish. And so I think the best way that the United States can be helpful, along with continuing our very good partnership in health, is to try to bring investors, both other Kenyan companies here and global companies, primarily American, because that's where our influence is. But I think what we've tried to do Kenya-wide, and now we'll do specifically here in Homabay, is along those three areas, cotton, more broadly agriculture, edible oils, and fish, what projects does the governor want to get underway, and what investors could we marry to those particular projects?
Yeah, and thank you. And from our end, we would be grateful for this partnership that would bring on board investments, but we have to prepare. We have to prepare what the investment opportunities are. We have to look at what frameworks do we have, policy and legal, that would be able to attract these investments and anchor them. So these are the areas that we as a government would work on and make sure that it can scream out there that, Homabay is open and ready for investment. And so that's the question that Ambassador Meg usually asks, why Homabay? Okay. We must be able to answer, apart from why Kenya, we must be able to answer the question, why Homabay? And those answers must be ready, and these are some of the answers that we want to provide when we have the investment conference next year.
And the United States has all kinds of technical support that can be provided if you're trying to figure out, okay, what would a new fish processing plant look like? What would, an expansion of the cotton industry look like? So I think that's another area we can work together.
Great. So we have a second question.
Good morning. My name is Jeremiah Orondo of Gulf Radio. CDC is already on record telling both the national government and the county government to look for other ways of financing HIV interventions. What is the plan of U.S. government in helping Homabay County to achieve 2027 target of reducing newborn infections?
Yeah. Well, in fact, and I'm sure you know this year marks 20 years of working together on this issue. And together, we have saved, Kenyans and Americans have saved more than 1 million Kenyan lives over those 20 years. I would have to say, I think this is one of the most successful government-to-government programs that I know in the United States. It has been a remarkable success story. And we've been incredible partners in Homabay. Homabay with the rest of Kenya, and there's no plan yet about a glide path to, turning over more of the financial burden to the counties. We want to do the right thing by Kenya. We want to do the right thing by the people living with HIV and AIDS, and just make sure that we're doing this the right way. And we'll see what this brings. You know, the government is very committed to this. As I said, this is one of the most successful government programs in American history. So we'll be thoughtful and careful about that. Do you want to add anything to that?
So maybe what I could add is the CDC teams and the PEPFAR teams are working very, very closely with our health department to work on transition mechanisms. So we are not expecting that there will be, a drop off one day. I think the transition is more to get government leadership of these programs, because the government has responsibility for the health care of the people, and the partners come in to sort of buffer that. And therefore, the transition mechanism and the transition process is well in advance in terms of looking at frameworks that will ensure continuity of quality service to the people, even as government leadership takes more charge. So I think there is no cause for alarm, but we have, discussed mechanisms, how this transition is going to happen, so that we are prepared by the time it does.
And our final question, please.
Okay, thank you so much. And Karibu Homabay. I'm Robert Omolo, working with the Star newspaper. We have seen the national government and in collaboration with the Homabay County government working on how they can rehabilitate the piers around Lake Victoria, especially, as has been said by the governor, that actually it is Homabay which has the longest lake shore of Lake Victoria. What does U.S. government, or would the U.S. government have interest in putting more investment to enhance the economy of the lake region, especially counties which are bordering the lake, in terms of vessels?
Yes. So first of all, I'm so glad. Sometimes you just have to come someplace to see. You have to see it to understand it. And I'm so glad I'm here, because I didn't understand this tremendous asset that Homabay has. So I think the American government can certainly provide technical assistance to look at what's possible, but I think the governor and I both agree that in the end, the sustainability is from the private sector, whether it's from Kenyan companies, from European companies, from Middle Eastern companies, or American companies. I think there's going to be many, many private sector companies who are excited about the vision that the governor is going to lay out, whether it's water transport, whether it's the shoreline, whether it's fish processing, whether it's investing in bigger plots for cotton. I think these are very attractive investment opportunities. And as I said, the government can provide technical assistance and possibly some investments in smaller startup companies. But the big employment and the big investment will have to come from the private sector. Again, not only American, but Kenyan companies and others. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you very much. And just to say that lake transport and activity on the lake is powered by, you must have produce. You must have something to transport. So with investment in value addition in the products that we have, then we are able to activate the transportation on the lake. It will make economic sense to investors on, vessels on the lake, if they have to transport people to go and do something, or to transport cargo. And the cargo must be produced by ourselves. And that's why we are happy for our partnership and investment in, fishing, in cotton, in edible oils, so that we are able to say we have so many liters of edible oils to transport to Jinja or to Mwanza. And so that is going to be, the push and the drive towards, and we are very happy that in partnership with the national government, we are now rehabilitating our piers here in Homabay, in Kindo Bay, in Bita, and the Kisumu port is up and running, and all that is going to be really big for our blue economy agenda.
Fantastic. Thank you very much, Your Excellencies. And
you.
thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen of the press. Have a good day.
Asanteni sana.
Asante sana.